The grand hall of the Andorian embassy was unlike anything humans had ever built. Towering crystal spires refracted the soft golden light of the twin suns outside, casting fractured rainbows on the marble floors. The hall smelled faintly of ozone and a strange, metallic perfume that clung to the walls. At the far end of the room, a delegation of alien diplomats had assembled, their long limbs folded in precise positions, eyes glinting with curiosity and caution. Colonel Jonathan Cade, the human envoy, walked among them with a calm stride, his boots clicking softly against the polished floors. In his hand he held a small, delicate object, a necklace. It gleamed faintly, almost as if it had a life of its own. The chain was made of a strange, silvery metal, and the pendant was a tiny crystal, pulsing faintly with an inner light. The room went silent as he entered. All eyes, alien and human alike, turned toward him. At the center of the assembly was Diplomat Threlak, a towering Andorian whose skin shimmered like liquid mercury and whose eyes seemed to pierce into Cade's very soul. Threlak's gaze fell upon the necklace. He stepped forward, each movement precise, almost ritualistic, and his voice cut through the silence like a blade. "Where did you get that necklace?" The question was simple, but there was an edge to it, something primal, almost fearful. The other diplomats exchanged glances, but none dared answer. Cade, however, met Threlak's eyes steadily, his expression calm. "It was given to me," Cade said. His voice carried no fear, no hesitation, only an unshakable confidence. Threlak's eyes narrowed, and for the first time he looked unsettled. He had dealt with countless species in his decades as a diplomat, and he had rarely seen such poise in a human. But something about that necklace, something about its origin, clearly disturbed him. "You do not understand," Threlak said, his voice lower now, almost a whisper. That necklace belongs to no living being. It is sacred. It is forbidden. How could a human possess it?" Cade allowed a faint smile to touch his lips. "Then let me explain." He held the necklace up to the light. The crystal pulsed more brightly, responding almost as if it recognized him. He walked slowly toward the center of the room, and the aliens instinctively gave him space. "This necklace," Cade began, "was taken from the ruins of a world that no longer exists. It belonged to the first civilization capable of interstellar travel in this sector long before your people, or mine, or any of the others. It has been lost for thousands of years. I found it not by accident, but because it called to me." Threlak took a step back, his voice trembling now. "Impossible. Only the Arcanumar ancient records its existence. No one has seen it for millennia. It is a symbol of power, of creation itself. If that necklace is real, if you truly possess it—" He trailed off, unable to finish the thought. The room was tense now, every diplomat holding their breath. Cade's eyes scanned the assembly, but he did not look away from Threlak. "I possess it," Cade said quietly, "because I earned it. Not through conquest, not through force, but because I listened when others would not, because I risked my life when others turned away. It was in the heart of a starship graveyard on the edge of the Veil Nebula. I faced what no alien had dared face in centuries." The diplomats murmured among themselves. The concept of a human navigating such dangerous territory alone was astonishing. Humans were considered reckless, fragile, and unsophisticated. Here stood Cade, holding an artifact so ancient that its mere presence seemed to warp the very air around it. Threlak's voice was barely audible now. You mean you took it from the tomb of the ancients? Cade nodded. Yes, and I did not take it to wield power, or to sell, or to bargain. I took it to protect it, because someone had to, because no one else could. The silence that followed was heavy. Threlak's eyes flickered, and for the first time, his metallic skin seemed almost dull. You do not understand, human, Threlak said finally, his voice trembling. The necklace of Valor is not just an artifact. It is the key to understanding the universe itself. It is capable of things that mortal minds cannot comprehend. It is forbidden for a reason. It can destroy worlds or create them. It chooses its bearer carefully. And it has chosen you. Cade did not flinch. He had expected this. I do not seek to wield it as a weapon, nor as a god. I seek only to ensure that it does not fall into the hands of those who would abuse it. That is why I brought it here, to show you so that your species and others understand that humans are capable of responsibility, not just chaos. The room seemed to vibrate with tension. Threlak took a hesitant step closer, reaching out a clawed hand, but stopped short of touching the necklace. How did you survive the trials? Threlak whispered. The tomb is lethal. The guardians alone. No mortal should have I survived, Cade interrupted softly. Not because I am strong, but because I understand things that your records cannot quantify. I understand courage. I understand empathy. I understand that sometimes survival is not about strength, but about trust. I trusted the tomb, and in turn, it trusted me enough to allow me to take this necklace. Threlak's eyes widened in shock. He had read the old records, studied the legends, known the dangers, yet here was a human, alive, unbroken, and holding the ultimate symbol of ancient power, you. You are not like other humans, Threlak said, almost to himself. You are extraordinary. Cade allowed himself a faint, knowing smile. Humans have always been underestimated. We adapt, we endure. We endure when others crumble. We persevere when others flee, and we rise when others fall. You see only what you expect. That is your mistake. That is why I have the necklace, and why I am still standing. The silence that followed was absolute. The diplomats could not speak. The weight of history pressed down upon them. The necklace pulsed softly in Cade's hand, as if in agreement with his words. Finally, Threlak spoke again. If you truly understand the responsibility of this artifact, then perhaps there is hope for your species yet. Perhaps humans are not merely children of the stars, but stewards capable of guiding them. Cade nodded. Hope is not given. Hope is earned. And we humans, we are nothing if not relentless in earning it. The alien diplomat's eyes met his again, and for a moment, Cade thought he saw something like respect, maybe even awe, in them. The tension in the hall eased, replaced by a cautious understanding. The humans had not just survived in this room, they had changed the way these ancient aliens saw them. Threlak inclined his head slowly, the metallic shimmer of his skin reflecting the light of the necklace. Then, the council will need to be informed. They will need to see this. And you, human, you will need to explain how you came by it, in detail, but your actions have already spoken louder than words. Cade lowered the necklace carefully into the protective case he had brought with him. Then let them come, he said quietly. I will answer any question, face any scrutiny. I have nothing to hide, because the truth is on my side. The assembly began to move, a quiet buzz of alien voices rising as they prepared to transmit the news to their homeworlds. Cade felt a hand rest lightly on his shoulder. It was Lieutenant Mara Chen, his human aide. She smiled at him, eyes wide with a mix of pride and disbelief. "You did it," she whispered. "I didn't do it alone," Cade replied. "Humans never do. We survive together. We rise together. And sometimes, we even earn the respect of civilizations that thought we were insignificant." As they walked out of the grand hall, Cade felt the weight of the necklace settle into his chest, not as a burden, but as a responsibility he would gladly bear. Humans had always been underestimated, dismissed, and disregarded by the galaxy. But now, here, in this moment, they had shown the universe what they were capable of, and the galaxy would never be the same. Asterisk.